Polivy. I'm the president of the Roosevelt Island Residents Association, and I'd like to welcome you to the OEM presentation on our evacuation zones.
What are you trying to do?
As you know, every 2 years you vote for a group of representatives from your buildings to represent you with the Residents Association. We bring you events like this and look out for your collective needs and for our community. I would like to introduce you to members of RERA who are here tonight. Could you please stand up? Okay. Thank you. Get to know your building RERA members so that you can voice any concerns you have. Feel free to walk up to them and voice any concerns you have about our community. They're eager to hear what you have to say. Our role is to bring issues to light and to get them fixed. You will notice on your seat a questionnaire. Please fill it out. RERA is developing email lists so that we can reach you easily and alert you to any events that are happening. You have the option of what types of things you can be reached for. I urge you to complete the form and return it to us after the meeting. There's a bag over there with a flyer on it saying return here. So please just put it there when you're finished. Some of you will have questions after you hear the speaker, when you hear the speaker talk. Please formulate your questions in writing, and we will have people coming down the aisles to collect your questions. And we'll read the questions to you. So you can write the questions on the back of your flyer, which is why I'm asking you to keep the flyer until after the meeting. Okay? We have a lot planned for tonight. We have a very tight schedule. I'd like to lay out the evening for you. We will be having our presentation by emergency management until about 8 o'clock. At 8 p.m., everyone is urged to remain for the candidates forum, which will happen directly after this presentation and will go till around 10 o'clock. Speaking to us will be about 8 candidates for various city offices. Candidates will give short speeches and answer questions. They're going to be answering questions that our committee has composed for them, and we've given each of the candidates 4 questions to answer, and then you will have the opportunity to, after I read these questions to you, to write other questions, if you choose to stay and listen to it. But at the end of this presentation, some people will want to leave, others, we hope you stay. And we hope all of you stay to hear all the candidates. Please do. But if you need to leave, that's the time to do so. And please go quietly and quickly so that we can get started with the candidates program. Okay, so before we begin, I'd like to thank and acknowledge a group of people who, without prodding and chasing, volunteered to help their community with the CERT team, Community Emergency Response Team. 27 people stepped up and volunteered to go to a 10-week class, 10-week intensive class on the island to become part of the Community Emergency Response Team. I'd like that group to please stand up, whoever of you are here tonight. Now, excuse me 1 second. Jack?
Does this mean it's off?
I'd like to introduce you to our new Director of Public Safety,
It should be pointed.
Director Jack McManus. Jack was a commanding officer of the New York Police Department Operations Division. One of the main responsibilities of the commanding officer of the NYPD Operations Division is to function as emergency management lead for the New York Police Department. He coordinated the NYPD response to large-scale emergency events. In that position, he made both tactical and emergency response recommendations to the chief of the department and the police commissioner. He's handled responses to plane crashes, to September 11th, citywide blackouts, local power outages, hazardous material spills, and weather-related emergencies. In his capacity, he worked closely with OEM, and so I think he's well-suited to handle emergencies on Roosevelt Island. Director McManus.
Thank you, Ellen. I appreciate your kind words. For those of you who I haven't met, good evening. For those of you who I've met, nice to see you again. I'd like to congratulate the incumbent members of the CERT team and the new folks that very kindly signed up. And I see it as one of my major goals to work with the CERT team in providing a safe atmosphere, going over things like emergency plans. I have a stack of them in the office, and we're working through some of them right now and updating them. Oh, thank you. So, as Ellen said, in my duties in the police department, I do have a long history of working in emergency management. In fact, the commanding officer of the operations division before the creation of OEM was the lead emergency manager for the city. So, and we were official liaisons to all of the other agencies. When there was an emergency, we coordinated the efforts of all of the agencies on the law enforcement side through our command center, which is down at One Police Plaza. But more importantly, I have a long-standing relationship with the Office of Emergency Management. They're a tremendous asset in helping to coordinate emergencies. And when I got the call on 9/11, what had happened, I wasn't in work yet because we had, if you remember, on 9/11 we had a primary that was due to be very contentious. So I had my assistant work the early part of the election as scheduled. Of course, the election didn't take place, but he came in early. I was due to come in around midday, and I was right on the phone. After I spoke to the chief of department, who I reported to, I spoke to OEM. My good friend John Odermatt was the assistant commissioner over there at the time, and he was invaluable, as were members of the fire department and every other emergency response entity in the city and the state, and federal assets also. So I was told to keep it brief. I commit to you to engage in all of these committees and to do as much as I can to make it safe on the islands. So thank you very much.
We're going to have a slightly changed schedule. I'd like to have our main presenter, and then Jessica Lappin, I'm hoping will come. She's a little delayed. And so we're going to have her present. We're going to have her talk when she gets here. But Jessica Lappin has been the key organizer of this presentation, so I wanted to acknowledge her and let you know that she will be here. Okay. So I'd like to